Lofi Poli Sci, how we doing out there? Dr. P right here, talking our famous question, what's going on in the world today? And if you're out there hearing our voice, to connect to us, people, we're everywhere. Get your local Lofi's Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, anywhere you know we at. Like updates on a live show coming to you soon. Stay tuned for the where and the when. Now let's dig into that lo-fi global for you. And we're starting out in the Democratic Republic of Congo, out in Central Africa, where the current United Nations-led peacekeeping forces, that has been there since 2010 and many even before that, will officially be leaving at the end of this year, in December of 2024. And how big of a peacekeeping force, you may be asking? 15,000 troops. An army. The United Nations literally has an entire army of 15,000 soldiers and support staff. And they are all leaving in the next 12 months. 3-stage phase out. This is a big deal, people. There's already a lot of instability in the region. So keep paying attention to the Democratic Republic of Congo this year. Close attention. Now off to the west and the west-northwest of South America. To Ecuador we go. There has been a lot going on in Ecuador this past week. The country's gone into a 60-day state of an emergency announced by the president of the country. And at least 7 prisons across the country had prisoners take guards and staff hostage. And a TV station that was filming live on air was taken over by armed gunmen. All of that this week. Now, all those incidents have thankfully ended. But this is just the beginning of a 60-day state of emergency in Ecuador. Take notice of Ecuador, my friends. Lots going down. Now let's keep heading west, and so far west that some people call it east, but directions are all arbitrary. To Papua New Guinea we go. In Papua New Guinea, they have been having their own security issues, and the Prime Minister has issued a state of emergency in the capital city of the country and put 1,000 troops on standby, as police officers had their pay cut, which in the middle of a hard time, you can imagine what that's like. But cutting the police's pay, probably not that good of an idea. The police went on strike, and then, boom, civil unrest began. Major civil unrest. Now the government says that the pay cut was a mistake. So theoretically, it's all going to be fixed. Everything should go back to normal? But will it? Take a closer look at what happened here in Papua New Guinea, people. And what you'll notice, what you'll see, is how sometimes just one small linchpin, you pull that linchpin and all the dominoes start falling. And once they start falling, all you can do is watch. Eyes open on Papua New Guinea, people. Now moving forward, because we never move on from anything, we're heading west again on over the Indian Ocean, to the eastern coast of Africa, between Madagascar and Mozambique. To the island country of Comoros we go. Comoros is one of the first countries in the world to have presidential elections in 2024, and the incumbent, who first came to power via a military coup in 1999, then was elected in 2002 as president, then 2016 as president, then 2019 as president, and is president today. Well, he's running for re-election again, making it potentially his 4th term in office. And I'm curious to see how this election turns out. We'll update you for sure once we find out, my friends. And the last piece of something before we switch into our fab-5 of the day, heading back east to Taiwan we go. Taiwan had presidential elections too, and the current ruling party won. And the vice president is now the president of Taiwan. And just a little bit about headlines we seeing out there, people. A lot of news outlets are running with headlines like, Taiwan's new president isn't liked by China, blah, 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 blah. No. Let me tell you. No president of Taiwan is ever going to be liked by China, because China believes that their own president is also president of Taiwan. Simple as that. Continuity of the party in Taiwan. That's how it's playing out. Continuity in the relationship between China and Taiwan. The status quo seems to be holding. Though the winds change sometimes. Eyes open on Taiwan and their new president this year, people. All right. Check it as it's time for the fab-5 of the day. That's the opposite end of last week's fab-5. Last week we did the largest countries by population from the World Bank 2022 data. Now it's all about the smallest countries in the world by population. Here we go. Number 5, Monaco, 36,470 people. Let that sink in. The 5th smallest country in the world only has 36,470 people. And number 4, let me know if you even know where this one is. Have you even heard about this one? San Marino, 33,660 people. That's our number 4. Number 3, Palau, 18,050. And if you know anything about Lofi Poli Sci, you know where Palau is. Number 2, Nauru, 12,670 people. And number 1, the country with the smallest population in the world, and no, it's not the Vatican for reasons. We'll talk about that another day. But guess again, and number 1, smallest country in the world by population is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 2, 4, 3, 7, 1. Tuvalu, with 11,310 people about. 3 Pacific Island countries, 2 European countries. Together, make our fabulous 5 of the smallest countries in the world by population. All right. Switching gears again to that lo-fi global trivia. Yeah, we love our trivia, people. We got 5 questions for you coming at you. Oh, quick lag. Number 1. What world leader just turned 40 years old? We think, because we don't know for sure. What world leader just turned 40 years old? We think, because we just don't know for sure. Number 2. What country had a volcano erupt on Sunday? That's today for me, yesterday for you. What country had a volcano erupt on Sunday? And question number 3, and this is a different question than question number 2. What country had a volcano erupt on Sunday? What country had a volcano erupt on Sunday? Remember, 2 different answers for question number 2 and question number 3. Number 4, how many landlocked countries are there? What's a landlocked country? That's a country that is completely locked by land. How many landlocked countries are there in the world? And remember, there's about 200 countries in the world, so how many of them are landlocked? And question number 5, what's the biggest ocean in the world? What's the biggest ocean in the world? And you should think about this one a bit lo-fi like when you do it. Love you, lo-fi. And this is just a snap of what's going on in the world today. I bring it down, man, like. Lofi Poli Sci is more than just me. It's the we that we be. Pickering, signing off.